Hi, I'm Kay of Kay's Creative Home. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share a quick and easy DIY centerpiece you can make for your outdoor decor. Let's get started. Welcome everyone. If you're new to my channel, I'm Kay of Kay's Creative Home. And here on this channel we do DIY projects, home decor, home organization, things like that that will help you have a beautiful home at a low cost. So here I am cleaning some vases that I got thrifting. These are vases you can find at the Dollar Tree. I found them at Goodwill and purchased them because they already had the rope and stuff wrapped around them. I think they were like $1.50 each, and I figured the cost of the rope would have made up that difference. And then in my area, it's hard to get things at the Dollar Tree because they go so fast. And now with us being at home a little more, it's really difficult for me to get out and get things from Dollar Tree. So I started by just securing the rope that was on there. Some of it was loose, and then trimming off some of the rough edges. And I have three shorter ones, three shorter vases, and three taller vases. The first thing I wanted to do was add some yellow color to the vase because that complements the colors I'm doing in my cabana. And that uh, cord I just put aside, it had a polyester nylon type rope, and it was really glossy, and I didn't think it would look good with this rope that's tied around the vase. So I'm using the other yellow cording, and what I'm going to do is wrap it around in between the rope that's already on the vase. So I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and go around and slowly add this cord in between the layers of the rope. And I'm going to do that for all three, so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go round and round and round, and I'm only using the knife to help push it down because I didn't have my little finger protector for this hot glue. I quickly discovered that this hot glue against this rope, it dries clear, but it dries glossy, so it did kind of stand out. So I had to learn to use a very little bit so you wouldn't see it as much. So all right, I'm going to just go round and round here until I get this done. And I want to apologize, this next step I'm about to do is a little difficult to see me at work, but you will see the results. I'm going to take this yellow cord and tie it in a double knot. And then I'm going to kind of wrap the cord around itself, making it like a circle that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I needed the knot to have a starting place at the center. And so I'm just going to wrap it around and around and around. And then I use a little bit of glue to hold it together. And then what I'm going to do is actually glue the little circles onto my vase just to kind of make a design. Now, I love bohemian flavored decor, and to me this just gives it a touch of that boho feeling. And it gives the vase, you know, with the rope and the yellow colors, it gives it color and texture, and it'll also add dimension. So here I'm adding the second circle that I've made to the outside of the vase, and then you kind of get the gist of what I did on this first vase. And I do a few more circles just to give it a little bit of a pattern. And then I'll move on to the second vase, and we'll talk about what I did there. Now with the second vase, you can see I've already wrapped that yellow cord around. Again, I wanted that for each vase. And then I'm doing more of a triangle design on this one. And I'm just going to go back and forth with this cord, trying not to burn my fingers with this hot glue. And give it just an up and down motion, making triangles. And that's going to be a repeated pattern throughout this vase. Let me show you what that looks like. Here we have it, a nice little zigzag pattern going around this vase for added dimension. Now moving to the third vase, I wanted a different pattern, so I decided to just do a straight line up and down, but the lines will be at different lengths. So we're going to go around the vase and do that, and then I'll give you a peek at how that looks in the end. Now moving on to the taller vases, when I purchased them at Goodwill, it had this blue and white ribbon and the rope going around it. All of them seem to have had a nautical theme or a coastal theme, whatever you want to choose to call it. And I myself have a bit of a coastal theme going on in the cabana because of the pool. So I wanted to kind of keep a bit of coastal, but I really need more bright color in this room because you can see the wood walls in the background. It's screened in, but that wood panel allows the breeze to flow through, but gives you some privacy. So it makes the room dark and shady, which is nice for coolness and temperature. But then I needed to add some bright colors to brighten up the room a little bit. So I'm going to wrap each one, as you can see, in yellow ribbon, because yellow is one of my accent colors. And then I'm going to add another touch of decor after I finish that. So next I had some florals from Dollar Tree. I decided to just pop the floral piece off of the stem and glue it on to the front of the ribbon where I made the fold, so it'll kind of hide the fold, and it'll also add another touch of decor, something pretty, something frilly. The white colors will brighten it again. I wish I could have found a flower that had yellow and white, but I had to work with what I could find. Because like I said, we're not doing much shopping these days. And so I added that piece on, and then when I got to the second vase, I decided I wanted to add two pieces, and it gave it a much longer, fuller look, so I like that better. Now if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. And if you're not a family member, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when new videos are released. I still have some more decor I'm doing for my outdoor living space. So if you want to see that come into fruition, don't forget to hang around, see what happens next. All right, now that we got this done, let's move on to the next stage. Now I shopped around and got this big bag of 10-pound sand from Home Depot. I think it was $4 and some cent. And here's a tray that I was using indoors. I bought it out for this centerpiece. And I chose that sand though because, like I said, it was $4 and some cents versus the craft sand, which can be that price for just a little teeny bag. Then I have these cream color candles I got from Walmart, and some greenery I got from Walmart. It was $3 and some cent. I think the candles were about $3 for the 6. No, I'm sorry, they were 5 something for the 6. And what I'm going to do is just fill each of these vases with some sand, to bring back that coastal touch into this centerpiece. And this sand won't look as smooth, and it's not as fine, so it won't look as smooth and pretty as the craft sand, and it doesn't have color, but I thought using this sand would make it look a little more realistic. It really, I mean, it looks like sand. Whereas the other just looks like a really pretty decor item or decor filler. So I went with this, and so I'm going to add it in here one by one, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. We're almost done. Hang in there. So while I'm kind of cleaning up the sand from around the edges of the glass and from what spilled on the table, I'm also starting to kind of arrange them on the tray. I want to have the taller ones in the middle, and I put them in like a triangular shape so that the flowers were facing out on each direction. And then the shorter vases I'm kind of putting in between each one. So in the end, it kind of makes a circle around, if you know what I mean. But it's also giving me height, dimension. I wanted to kind of have a little bit of everything in this centerpiece. I've got height, I've got dimension, I've got color, I've got texture. So it makes it more interesting to have all of those things combined. And now I'm going to add some greenery to the bottom and some filler. So that's going to bring it even more color, more texture, more dimension. And I'm just going to use my wire cutters to just clip off these stems. And then I'm just going to arrange them around the bottom of the vases so that they kind of hang out over the tray. So the way I'm making this centerpiece, I feel like I got a 2-for-1 special here. If I want to have a more elegant look, I can use the taller vases by themselves with the florals on the sides. If I want more of a day-to-day look or that bohemian flavor, or even a tribal look because of the way the designs are on that rope, I can just use the shorter vases, the 3 shorter vases in my centerpiece, and combine them together. Just gives me a little bit of, you know, rounded flavor, and it also makes it a lot fuller. So it's a lot more for the eyes to enjoy, for the eyes to see, and it keeps the different things going on, will keep your eyes moving around the centerpiece. So we're almost finished. I'm going to add some more greenery. I really hope you like this centerpiece, and if you do, please leave me a comment and let me know what you like the best about it. The last thing I'm going to add are the candles, and this is where I really wish I had a nice yellow color candle. Couldn't find one, and I may order some off of Amazon to have in the future. These are deep cream, so I thought they would kind of be a good substitute for now. So I'm going to I use the candle to just kind of pat down the sand, kind of even out the top. And I'm just giving each vase a candle, and I'm putting them at different heights to add a little more dimension, a little more interest. So I'm going to let the camera kind of span around the centerpiece, and I hope you enjoy it. I thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll be talking with you again real soon.